right there.
All right, Joe.
I gotta do the noise.
Yeah, just take the weight off it first.
So just loading it up on the tow truck, towing it back to Windsor.
Okay.
401
Okay, so
Express for
we
22
picked
kilometers.
up the car, as you saw, going onto the tow truck, heading back to Windsor. My brother, he sold some brakes, some calipers. So he sold that. Now we're gonna go pick up some more parts for other builds. So you'll see that. Those are the winter tires in the back that came with the car, which is nice. And hopefully we'll be back home soon and we'll go over the car and show you everything. So there's the STi on the tow truck.
I was all right. I think you'd be here before me.
So right now it's going to be unloaded and we'll eventually get in the garage and start taking it apart. All right, so let's go over the car. That's home, parked in the driveway. So the car is clean. You pop the hood open, check the engine bay out. Don't want to start it up, the knock is there. We started up just to back it into the driveway, but other than that, we're avoiding running the engine as long as possible so we can save the lower end and stop any debris from going all over the place.
There it is. Okay,
there it is.
Hood shocks are
Yeah, so
done.
hood shocks are done.
Not a big deal.
Got to replace those. But other than that, as you can see,
Super clean.
engine stock. So the car is stock, but clean.
Looks like it was well maintained.
Yeah. Tires are decent, brakes are decent. Little surface rust on the rotor, which is no big deal. Take a look at the interior. It's got the nice leather seats, got the nice sunroof. So it has all the options, the bells and whistles.
So it is the limited. So this
Yes.
actually has push start. It has the power seats, which I
Power
didn't realize.
seats, push start.
Key.
Keys right here.
Even the trunk is super clean. Like one of the things that I did when I got there, if I can pop it. Oh, there we go. The trunk was like not torn into. I even pulled everything back here. It's super clean. Look at that. I don't
There
even think
you
they
go.
ever used a spare tire.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Unbelievable. Very happy with this car.
So 160,000 kilometers, if we didn't mention it. That's what this car has on it. So as you can tell, it's a clean car. Except for that dirt mark right there, but we'll clean that, don't worry.
A couple little scratches, one little thing that we found. Nothing
Nothing major.
us to be worried about anything. I mean, it's things that people could survive. I mean, there's a little bit of a mark here.
But, I mean, expected. I mean, 2015, so.
So 6 years old car. Yeah.
So
I think this
What-
is by far one of the cleanest vehicles that we purchased.
So once he gets that one put back together, he says he's going to get this in the garage, and then we will start tearing it apart and swap that engine. And hopefully we will make a video of that process for you guys. All right, see you soon. So here's the 2015. My brother's got the hood off, put it up there. Now we're tearing it apart. I'll try and make videos throughout. I don't really have a tripod to set it up to make a full video for you guys just yet. This is how it's coming along, kind of crowded. And our other video for this WRX, I said it's just cold outside right now, so that's why the garage door is closed. It's end of May, and it's just being really chilly and windy and raining. So kind of put a dampener on the teardown of this vehicle. That's all right, we'll try and get most of it done. I told him let's tear apart the engine since we're gonna be replacing it. So that way, most of it is done and ready for the new block that we have.
So we're doing just a short block on it. We're not doing a long block. So I think during the video, like during the teardown process, we'll just update what's going on. This car has 163,000 kilometers or 161,000 kilometers on it. From what I've seen so far, everything is original. I don't think the car's ever been torn into. I don't think the clutch has been replaced, and we'll find out when we get into it. It doesn't look like, if I had to guess, I doubt that they even touched the timing belt, but it's hard to say. I'll get in there and we'll see. But everything really looks original on this, and I think that as clean as the car is, with it probably not being properly maintained at the dealer, and even though I have the Carfax showing that it went into the dealer for maintenance, I have a feeling that they probably didn't really do much other than look into things that may have had problems with the car. But it seems like it was a pretty solid car, and the original owners had no issues with it until this rod knock. So
Yeah, unfortunately we don't have a video of it starting up, so as soon as you start it up, a little bit of a knock, then it's quiet, but if you do rev it up, you hear it louder. Did you drain the oil yet?
I haven't drained the oil.
So we'll drain the oil and we'll try and look through, hopefully if we see a lot of shavings. I didn't see too many on the dipstick itself. You want to pull the dipstick out?
Yep. So what I'm hoping is it's very, very minor damage, so it'll be kind of an easy. You can see the oil's very clean.
So they said they didn't change it.
Yes, that was one of the questions I asked. So it wasn't
So
changed according to them,
Can't really see
Unless
like huge metal flakes.
unless it was changed by the original owner. Which is possible.
Yeah, which is possible. He said air filter was dirty.
Air filter was full of debris.
Here's the air filter. There you go. She's a bit dirty. And factory
Saying it
air
wasn't
filter.
changed for 160,000 kilometers.
But that is pretty dirty.
I can't tell you if it's an original Subaru. Yeah, it's the original Subaru.
Even the battery's original Subaru. So all original Subaru parts.
So if it was serviced, then it was serviced with all original parts. So.
All right, let's get it, tear it down. Let's go. Oh, a little bit of rust here.
Yeah, he did show us that when we were there that day.
Not too bad. Something that could be easily fixed.
A
So
little bit of rust on the frame rail too, but it's nothing.
if you live where we live, I always recommend getting your car oil sprayed if you're going to drive it through the winter. So this vehicle was driven through the winter.
Yes, we didn't know that when we purchased it.
Yeah.
It came with snow tires. So.
Yeah, it did come with snow tires. So some fast wheels with winter tires on it over there. So we got the radiator out. My brother right now is draining the coolant. Draining the oil. We already drained the coolant. I got the AC compressor out. We didn't really remove the Freon. We're just gonna put it over to the side. He's getting the turbo heat shield out, breaking some bolts while he's at it.
Big problems.
What's up? Oh, it's overflowing?
Yes, sir.
Oh. Oh no! Big mess.
It's okay. Let's try and keep it contained.
I'll grab some rags. We're just,
Those old rags.
yeah. Right by your head. So he'll let the rags soak it up, and I will dispose of it at work properly. Happens.
I thought it was
So-
full. This container, but it didn't feel full.
That's where we're at right now.
There we go.
I got that stupid secondary pump out.
It's officially called a stupid secondary pump. If anybody wants to know.
He was telling me let's delete it. I said, let's finish it up. If our buddy doesn't want to take the car, then that's right, Gus. We're talking about you. Then we'll do some other stuff. But right now, he's decided to take the car off our hands after us fixing it. which is cool. Okay, so back another day. My brother got the intake off right over here. So you can see it's ready to be pulled out.
Turbo's out.
Turbo's out as well. So intake's about back here. So stock exhaust with the cats. Heard they're worth a lot of money now. There's your intake. And the turbo is right there. So, ready to pull this engine out?
I'm ready to pull it out. Just gonna put this bracket back on so that
Yeah.
I have something to.
So there's just I only zip tie it because there's another piece that belongs with it, so we we know where it goes when we put it back together.
This one, where does it go?
It goes right
Over here.
right here. So you gotta move all this so that this bolt is that back one. So you got 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's probably just gonna be the 3, I think.
Yeah. So these two are like this. And then, yeah, I don't think I need this other zip tie piece, so I can leave it on here with it. And then once I get the motor on.
It's got the clutch for the pin. He's got that out too. That's an important piece. First time doing these engines, we were like, why won't this engine come out? Did some research, and that pin that sits back there, you have to remove it. So then the clutch forks aren't in place and the whole thing comes out.
So I've seen people who have actually broken the transmissions trying to get that out.
Really?
So the pin fits onto the transmission and it locks in, and that piece right there is because they were yanking it so much, broke that little piece, and we can show you once the engine is out. It broke that little piece that holds that pin in, so then the clutch fork wouldn't be firm inside the transmission. So I don't know what people would do, probably just get it welded or.
Interesting. Yeah, so that's something to keep in mind. All right, let's get this engine out. All right, so this is how it's coming along. We're trying to separate the engine from the transmission. The dowel on the passenger side just giving us a hard time. So hopefully we get it out soon. So he's just spraying some liquid wrench. And we got this side separated. You can see right here. So we're gonna work it and then hopefully get this engine out soon.
Hopefully in the next few minutes.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay, finally got it separated. A little bit of heat, pry bar. There you go, separated.
She's out.
There you go. All right, let me give him a hand moving the stuff out of the way, and then we'll get back at her.
On the ground, we'll take a look at the clutch, and we will look at a few other things. I want to see, like, when we're taking it apart, the dowel pin was stuck, and then we could hear some kind of cracking. So I was kind of worried that it was breaking something. I don't think that we did.
I don't think so.
But it was just kind of a new noise to me. So
yeah, we'll take a look. I think it was just cracking because it was really stuck on that dowel pin.
I think it
that
was
one
the dowel
right
pin
there.
Also, yeah, you can see how I beat it up a little bit, but no big deal.
Yeah, we were trying to avoid that, but this is the only way we could get it out.
We were hoping.
All right, let's get this engine out. All right, so engine is out. After we got it out of that dowel pin, it came out so much easier.
Once it came out, it just flew
Yeah,
apart.
so here you go.
And then it wanted to
No
jump out of the
damage.
car.
We just heated it up, like I said. You can see the heat marks. Well, we messed up a little bit there. which we were trying to avoid, but
Well, this is an old block. We're not using it.
the block's gonna go to a friend of mine. We're gonna end up training him for a motorcycle.
So that'll be something that hopefully will be on
So
the
right now, he's gonna get this on the stand.
I'll take the clutch off. We'll look at the clutch. I have an actual clutch which will go into this. It's like almost brand new. And me using used stuff, that's just the way that I roll. I'm not scared of it, so. And I think it'll be fine. I don't think there'll be any issue.
So let's get this on the stand, start tearing it apart. So he has the other block, like I said, over here. So that's the block we're gonna end up using. We're gonna end up using the heads. Still haven't ordered the gasket kit. We're just trying to look for a good price and which brand we're gonna go with. We don't want to go with anything cheap. We want to go with something that's quality, but at the same time a decent price. Okay, so just getting the clutch apart. We're gonna look at the clutch, see what kind of condition it is. Like you're saying before, he has another clutch that he'll end up putting in.
We still gotta take it off anyways to get it on the stand. But it's always kind of interesting to see what condition these are in. Shoot is on there. She's stuck on the dials of this too. Get up close to.
I wonder if that's just a factory clutch with 160,000 kilometers.
Well, this is actually what they use. These Exedis are the stock clutches.
Yeah, I know they use that, but I'm wondering if this is the factory one that's never been replaced. What was that blue one you had? What was the mileage on that one?
Which one?
The blue STI, the crowd.
Oh, so the blue STI was about 106, just a little bit over this, and that was original clutch, and that was completely shot.
Yeah.
It was worn out. So I ended up finding a used, that wasn't used, it was a new clutch, but it was open box from somebody who had it in Toronto, and I picked it up, and that one cost me about $800. So, but that came with a light and flywheel.
So yeah, so this one has the same type of mileage.
But we can't tell whether this was slipping at all because we didn't drive the vehicle.
That's true.
It's coming apart. Gonna come tumbling down.
Watch yourself.
Here we go. Are. There we go. Put it down on the bottom. Plate is in the way. Hopefully. Be able to slip her out. I think we're gonna have to take this cover off.
Is it in?
Hmm?
Oh yeah.
It is. It's just not easy to get to. No big deal. Would hopefully use the right size socket.
What the sound like? Aren't those like 10s?
Yeah.
10 millimeter?
These are things.
Oh. There's some silicone on that exhaust.
What do you see?
Some red silicone on this exhaust right here.
Yeah, that I saw.
So I'm assuming they had some kind of exhaust leak, and it does have a little bit of service history. This thing fall on my head. Yeah, that clutch is done.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, still some life, but
I mean, maybe it's just filled with.
yeah, look at the flywheel. Yeah,
I mean, it's not down to the rivets, but definitely needs changing.
yeah. Flywheel, I don't see a lot of crazy cracks. With my experience, you if you get those deep cracks like those, really deep, then yeah. We'll have to check the specs, maybe just get this resurfaced. I think he charged you, what, like 80 bucks to resurface it? I don't know if he's charging more now.
Yeah. So last time he charged me like 110 to resurface because it's a two-step. It's a two-step flywheel, which means that it attaches up here, and then it has this surface. So if they cut this surface, then they have to cut this surface so that it'll fit properly, like it'll have the correct distance. You can see the build up here.
Yeah. So that is an original clutch in there from our experience with that other one, 160, and that one wasn't replaced either.
Yeah, but this one seems to be in better condition than that one. So I don't think this was slipping, but it's probably getting to the point where it eventually will start slipping, and then you'd have to change it. So
Yeah, you let your son drive, it'll probably start slipping.
yeah, actually I taught him how to drive stick on it because it was slipping.
Yeah, the blue one.
Yep, we just decided to let him beat the crap out of it, and if the clutch went, it went. But it held up, and he was able to learn how to drive stick on it, and so he's not the best, but he does drive stick now. So I'm hoping that we can get him out on this one too and let him drive a little bit. It's better
Yeah.
than him driving these ones because these ones, their clutches are a little.
Yeah, with mine's got the twin disc,
Got the twin disc.
so it is a little bit.
This
More a
one's
little
like right
difficult.
at the bottom, so as soon as you start letting off, it actually grabs straight away. And that one's just super grabby. That one, as soon as you let the clutch out, there's a point where it suddenly grabs, and that's it. Where it wants to go. So it'll shake you to death if you try to do it slow. But this being a stock clutch, it should be nice and smooth engagement, like it was on the blue 16 STi. So
Yeah,
I can get him out, let him drive a little bit. Gus will never be the wiser until he watches this video.
yeah. I know.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it for today. He's gonna start tearing apart the engine, and he said he's gonna get that engine over there looked at to make sure it's fine, and then get the heads, and hopefully we're gonna get it back in soon. And what we're looking at, probably like another week maybe time. So what, 2 weeks for trying to finish this car up?
Yeah, I'm hoping.
So, like-
hopefully less than that. So this engine, the reason I'm taking it to the machine shop is because I want to make sure the heads are straight, completely straight, because one of the heads got pushed a little bit, and also we had there was a idler pulley that was right here, so we had it welded, but there is it looks to be maybe a crack or a line or something in it. So that's a little concerning to me, and I want to get this cleaned up a little bit better. But I mean, this is only if we're going to be changing the pistons out or rebuilding the engine, which we're not planning to do. The cross hatching, everything, and it looks good. I did have the guy who welded it. He did put his level on there to make sure that the head was straight, and he said it was. So I'm actually going to take it to a machine shop, and we're going to have him double check it. I figure it's better to get a double check, that way when we put the heads on, make sure that we're not going to have any leaking, and hopefully it'll run good. I can't see why it wouldn't. That engine's virtually brand new just by the look of it. I don't think it has very many kilometers on it. So even the heads look brand new. So we'll see.
All right, cool. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
No problem. One more thing. So we were talking about earlier about removing that pin for the clutch. He's gonna go get the pin right now, and he was talking about this piece right here. So what happens is when you leave that pin in and you're pulling on the clutch, and these forks actually slide into the clutch. What happens is you pull so hard that they end up breaking. So that piece right there, so where that piece slides across.
So it fits in from over here. You have to put a bolt in so that you can easily get it out. I don't know if it'll slide in and out easily for me, but it fits into the fork, and then you slide it all the way through. It's a little tight right now, but and then it'll lock in from that side.
So you can see this got a little groove right there.
This will be held in by the throw bearing, and
so we have to remove the throw bearing from the clutch, install it onto the transmission first, and when you put the engine in and you push it in, that throw bearing will clip into the clutch. So it's on there right now.
so the throw bearing is still in here.
So yeah, so this has to be unclipped. So once it's unclipped, that's installed, and then you just pretty much just push it in and it will just clip in. And then this is a grab pull style. It's not like a push style like you see on other vehicles. So it actually pulls it to just engage the clutch, where other vehicles actually push to disengage the clutch. All right,
Perfect.
cool.